Good morning, students. Let us study fourth poem today. Name of the poem is Have You Earned Your Tomorrow? This is the fourth poem, page number 111. As you know, before going into the poem, we have to complete activities from the icebreakers. If we can complete all those activities, it will be easier for us to understand the poem. Under the icebreakers, there are 4 activities. The first activity is to complete a web. We have to complete the web with different ways to help others. We have to mention 4 ways by which we can help others. For example, financial help is there. Some help in the form of guidance or any like that, and you have to write the remaining 2. I have told you 2 and you have to write the remaining 2. Under the second activity, you have to write 4 idioms or proverbs. Here we need to understand the difference between idiom and proverb. Idiom and proverb both are familiar, well-known phrases or sentences with some good advice. And the difference between idiom and proverb is, proverb is straightforward, like an apple a day keeps the doctor away. If you take an apple every day, you need not go to doctor. You feel fit. You can maintain your health. The meaning of that sentence is straightforward. Coming to the idiom, the actual meaning and the meaning that is seen in the sentence seems to be different. For example, the cat is out of the bag. When you read the sentence, you think that or it looks like a cat and a bag. A cat is out of the bag. But in fact, there is nothing like a cat or a bag. The cat is out of the bag means the secret is open. The secret is no more secret. So this is idiom. So idiom is something whose the meaning that is superficially seen is different from what is actual meaning behind it. So you have to write those. Coming to the third activity, you have to write something about your future plans, your career, your job, your future expectations, expectations of your parents, and so on. Coming to the fourth activity, plan your tomorrow by completing the given table. If you are to plan for anything, how you are going to plan? For example, examination. How are you going to plan for your examination? For example, you prepare a timetable for that. You divide days according to the subjects. You may solve some question papers and you may go for revision like this. And remaining activities you have to do. So you complete it in the form assignment. I'll send you the sheet. You complete it. Now coming to the poem. Have you earned your tomorrow? What can you earn? What is the meaning of earn? To earn means to gain something with efforts or to gain something with hard work. What can you gain? You may gain money, you may earn money, you may earn success, you may earn fame, you may earn success. But what does it mean by earning tomorrow? We have to understand that according to the poet, how to earn tomorrow. This poem is written by Edgar Guest, who was there in England up to the age of 10 and shifted to United States of America. He is a poet who inspires others. His poems are motivational and inspiring. The poem is in the form of interrogation. Questions are there. So many questions are asked. There are 4 stanzas in the poem. And every stanza is filled with so many questions. And we have to answer them ourselves. In the first stanza, the poet asks, is there anyone who is happy to see you or to speak to you? Second question is, at the end of the day's hard work, do you have anybody to speak a few words with you with kind heart? This is the first stanza. Second stanza is, how do you greet your friends? Do you greet cheerfully and happily and pleasingly, or you greet just as a formality and you just simply go away? You are not even ready to care them. You simply ignore them. And another question is, from the second stanza, are you purely selfish? Are you 100% selfish? You think about yourself. You never think about others. Are you such kind of a person? Is there anybody who is really happy with your work? Are you doing anything for others? Coming to the third stanza, another question is, during all the day, do you help anybody? Do you make anybody happy with your words you are speaking? Do you encourage anybody? Do you inspire anybody who is discouraged? And coming to the last stanza, fourth stanza, if you are not doing all these things, you are wasting your day. At the end of the day, when you realize you or introspect yourself what you have done all the day, It may be either a feeling of happy or a feeling of sadness. A mark will be put on your brain. If you have spoken to others in a nice manner, if you have helped others, if because of your work, if somebody is happy, if you inspire anybody on the day, you will have a good mark, happy mark on your brain. Otherwise, the day is wasted. And before you actually sleep, do you think God will tell you, "Oh my boy, you have done so many nice things today. You will be gifted another day tomorrow." And you just lead your life like this. This is the last standard. Ultimately, what does it mean? The poet wants to say that we must lead worthy life. There must be meaning to our life. We should give meaning to our life every day. To put it in other words, the poet straightforwardly wants to say, you should live worthy and useful life every day, because every tomorrow is a gift to you from God. Nobody knows what happens in our life next moment. If we have another day tomorrow, it must be a gift from God. The poet urges us, requests us, advises us a few things. What are those? We should behave in such a way that people should feel happy to see or to speak to us. Second, we should greet people cheerfully and we should not neglect anybody. Third thing is, we should not be selfish. We should help others. We should be sincere at our work. We should be so sincere that other people should like our work. We should encourage others. There are so many people who are discouraged. We should encourage them. And at the end of the day, we should feel happy. We should feel satisfied with our work on that particular day. We have to behave in such a way that every next day will be a beautiful gift to us from God. So this is about the poem. Again, to put it in simple words, when you are living as a human being on this earth, every day we have to question ourselves, what are we doing? Are we happy? Do we share our happiness with us? Do we respect others? Do we love others? Are we purely selfish? See, purely selfish, right? Selfish, pure. These are the words used by the poets. It's a beautiful paradox. How can be selfish be pure? Can you expect pure selfish? The significance of the paradox is that when you listen to that, you don't agree with it, you don't accept it. But there is reality in it. It means that purely selfish means you are 100% selfish. You never think about others, you always think about yourself. If any good qualities are very pure, bad qualities can also be equally pure. The poet uses that word in such a manner that selfishness is also so pure that it's totally selfish, 100% selfish. That is a paradox. Already paradox is used, number of alliterations are used, inversion is used, interrogation is used. By using all these poetic devices, the poet has made this poem so beautiful and with a so beautiful message. It's very inspiring. This is all about the poem. This poem is from page number 111 and 112. Read the poem. Try to understand by the angle in which I have explained, and complete the assignment. In the next class, let us go for other exercises in the poem. Okay, bye. Have a nice day.